While Republicans in the Senate continue to work day and night trying to figure out the best way to take health insurance away from more than 20 million people in this country, they have actually found one group of people who they absolutely refuse to take health insurance away from. Unfortunately, that group of people is themselves and their staff. According to the latest draft of the Republican health care plan, Republicans have slipped in a little provision that completely exempts members of Congress, members of the Senate, and their staffs from having to purchase or buy into or be covered by this horrendous Republican health care plan. That's right, folks. It's good enough for you, but it's not good enough for them. Why? Because they understand that it doesn't cover most conditions. They understand that it's probably not, in its current form, going to cover pre-existing conditions. They understand that if they want real insurance that actually works for them, they're going to have to get some other kind of coverage because this Republican plan, the plan they themselves came up with, isn't good enough for them. Perfectly fine for everybody else. It's perfectly fine to cut Medicaid by $800 billion and kick 14 million people immediately out of the insurance pool because they can't afford it without that Medicare money or Medicaid money. It's perfectly fine to slash Medicaid and Medicare, which is going to lead to the closing of hospices, which literally will result in the deaths of people. It will cut down on the money available for people to care for in-home care, which will lead to deaths if you do not have that round-the-clock care. It's going to lead to some hospitals closing down because they rely on Medicaid funding for more than 80% of their income. Republicans understand that. They're not stupid. Well, they are, but they at least understand that. They know how horrible this plan is, and that's why they don't want to buy into it. So if you're out here in the United States thinking that the Republicans are actually working on a plan that's going to work for you, I suggest you take a look at the fact that even they don't want it. That's like a 5-star chef saying, "Here, eat my food." "No thanks, I'm going to run to McDonald's because I don't want to eat that crap." Would you trust a chef like that? No, you wouldn't. Why would you trust a politician who won't even buy into their own policies? Call them. Call them now. Call them today. Call them all weekend. Call them next week. Make sure they know that you do not approve of the fact that they won't even buy into their own plan. Because if they're going to pass this, if they're going to force it on every one of us, then we're going to force it back on them. If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire, become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.